What's the stupidest argument you've ever gotten into? I asked this question mid-argument with my girlfriend in order to vent. Fighting with my brother about which fruit would win if they were sentient and could fight. Obviously pineapple. Well, except coconut would kick his ass. Have you seen a durian before?
Is the ridiculous pomegranate is known as
grapefruit in many languages. It's the only fruit that can fly. How would you even fight back? But kiwis don't fly. The birds, nor they'll be hanging out with the vegetables. You ever seen them fuckers? Don't you see fruit versus fruit battles? They're tearing us all apart. Grapes! Well, it's like a little purple gang. Who doesn't love an utterly pointless argument? I just recently spent an evening debating with my mum because she swore the guy from 127 Hours didn't just cut his arm off, but eat it as well. And of course, to see what dumb quarrels have been occupying others, where else to look but our old friend Reddit. If you listen to an audiobook, can you say you've read the book? That shower thought escalated to an argument that escalated to sleeping on the couch. 12-man screaming match in a dorm room over correct way to wipe your ass. I once got into an argument that escalated to a physical fight over whether Garfield thinks or talks. The difference between a windshield and a window. Is it? Jesus Christ, people, I'm not talking about their goddamn function. I'm talking about what the fuck it's called. Yeah, all windows shield from the wind, so do the ones in your house, but you don't call those windshields, do you? Do you? Can a lightsaber cut through Superman? I had actual science, technology, engineering and math friends post essays on my Facebook arguing about this. It lasted for a week of just arguing about do you eat or drink soup, on whether snakes have chins. They fucking do too! Kyle! I once argued with someone about whether rain was blue or not. If Bob the Builder deserved to be that famous, I still say he never does anything, just has his tools do all the work. He's more like Bob the Foreman. That itch is not a verb, it's a noun. If you have an itch, you scratch it, not itch it. I'd stay a while, but I'm itching to get going. Wrecked! I got in a fist fight over the number of sounds Elton John makes in... Someone tried to fight with me over how to spell my name. My ex and I got into a very, very heated debate about if you put icing on a muffin, then it's a cupcake. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. We're still friends 6+ years later, and every time someone mentions muffin-stroke-cupcakes around us, we just death stare each other. Is the dress blue and black or white and fuck off with that? Me and my group of friends have this argument on what's the best way to stack rhinos. Is a fence a wall? We still haven't come to an agreement. If treasure maps and road maps are in the same category. That'd be a misclassification. Christ, you lot'll argue over anything. I once got into an argument with my college roommate about whether Aladdin should be angry when Jasmine kissed Jafar to distract him at the end of the movie. We were two college-aged men yelling at each other in the middle of a bar. For some reason, it just got so heated. It only ended when my friend left the bar. I'm still mad thinking about it. I think the dumbest argument I've ever been in was, is ice wet? Are you naked if you're wearing socks? Which Star Wars movie was the sandiest?
How important does someone have to be for their murder to be called an assassination?
I once argued with a girlfriend about whether or not we were going to have an argument. Argued with ex about how to pronounce the word egg. How the fuck do you mispronounce egg? Egg! Me and my friends still argue about this. What is the correct term for a Mars bar when you only have one? I'll tell you what it's not. Marbar. How to pronounce this word? Like the G in gigantic. You fucker. I'm going to read you the second line of this post first. We were both 9 and neither of us were right. Whether the people who were trying to hitch a ride were called hijackers or hike hitchers. I wasn't actually part of the argument, but two people I know spent a good 3 hours arguing about whether a pony could ride a horse, whether sandals are considered shoes, whether a fish can swim through snow, whether or not Albert Einstein or Arnold Schwarzenegger would be more useful to have around during a zombie apocalypse. How on earth would Albert Einstein come in handy? I had an ongoing argument for months about whether rocks are stupid or not. I mean, that is a ridiculous argument. How did anyone come up with a valid argument against rocks having literally no brain? Yes, exactly that, exactly. They don't have a brain, so they can't be stupid, because they lack the ability to be smart. Oh, Jesus Christ, yeah. I remember when I was about 13, my parents had an hour-long shouting match that ended with them almost getting divorced. The issue, whether or not the nation of Iraq has a coastline. My friend and I got into a huge fight over the question, how deep can a pan get before it becomes a pot? It took a half hour before we realised what we were arguing about. Pan has one handle, pot has two. I definitely have pots with one handle. Oh shit. Shit indeed. Here we go again. I always thought a pan has the long handle and pots had no handle or two looped handles. No handle? Was a cook and an expert, yeah? Never seen a pot with two handles in my life. It's a first Google image for pot. Have you ever been in a kitchen? Because once sauce becomes soup, obviously. But if you make soup in a saucepan, is it still soup? Would sauce in a soup pan become soup? Pan is square, pot is circle. What this? 3 inches is saute pan, 4 inches is a pot. What is 3.5 inches? What is it, a bloody jacuzzi? Yeah? For bloody jacuzzi, for bloody guinea pigs. Every pan is a pot, not every pot is a pan. And you have it backwards though. Every pot is a pan, not every pan is a pot. Get wrecked! You saying I cook my baked beans in a fucking pan, you daft wanker? If you can't boil an egg in it, it's not a pot, you jackass! I'm too lazy to check what other people have said, but once the height of the pan is more than 1/3 of the radius of the bottom, it is a pot, not a pan. The source, the US Air Force Cooking School. It was the dumbest test question I had to answer, so I'll remember it forever. Finally! Well, that's that settled. How curved can a frying pan be before it becomes a wok? Oh, God!